With The Last of Us Season 2 now over, let's talk about the season. With this season, it is based on the first part of The Last of Us 2 video game, and it takes place 5 years after Season 1. Joel and Ellie, they settle in the Jackson Hole, and there is tension between the two of them, and things changes when someone comes wanting payback. Spoiler warning, there will be some spoilers mentioned, so you've been warned. But with how this season was, I do believe it was a bit of a hit and miss. What they did with the characters was great for the most part. Pedro Pascal, as always, he was great as Joel. He gave a powerful performance. Seeing him be this father figure to Ellie, while we see their tension between them, bit of a rift between them, which I will admit, I do think that stuff could have been a little bit better. But at the same time, Bella Ramsey, I do believe she gave a great performance as Ellie. Throughout the season, we see her going through a lot of stuff, especially after what happens to Joel. But with this season, I do believe it has good character moments. From Tommy, from Jesse, from Dina. Great character interactions all around. And that was some of the best stuff to watch this season. The interactions between Ellie and Dina. They had great dynamics, great chemistry with one another. And it was great to see on screen. And also with this season, we do get introduced to Abby, played by Kaitlyn, and I thought she was good in the role. It's going to be interesting to explore more of her in Season 3. And another thing with this season, what was great, is showing the apocalyptic environment. Just how the environment looked, how apocalyptic it looked. The design with that was great for the most part. Seeing the character journeys was pretty interesting. And when the characters fight the infected, it has its great moments, especially Tommy with the blowtorch. That was epic. And it introduces a new type of infected that might be smart. But there was some stuff this season that I was a bit mixed about or didn't care for. There was a whole subplot with this Melissa and this religious cult group. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really find that too interesting. It does feel like that this season does have a little bit of slow parts. Like, one episode is a bit slow, then the next episode is kind of crazy, then it's slow again. Like, the pacing felt a little bit off at times. And I have seen fans of the game talk about this, how they're going into things a bit too quickly. And they're not diving into certain things that are in the game. I find that very interesting, as I don't know much about what happens in the game. I know about the main details, like what happened to Joel. So I do find it interesting how fans of the game are a bit critical with this season, on how they're approaching some of the stuff. But I'm not gonna lie, with this season, I didn't really have much hype for it. I do think that the season was good, but I didn't really have any hype to watch new episodes after episode 1. I don't know if it's because it took 2 years to get this season, but I kind of felt a little bit unmotivated when it came to watching new episodes. But seeing how this sets up for Season 3, I will admit I am a bit hesitant. Well, spoiler alert, but Season 3 is supposed to be from Abby's perspective. I believe that was already confirmed. So I am hesitant to see how they approach that. Because what she does in episode 2, I do wonder how they're going to make us like her. So of her perspective on everything. I guess we'll have to wait and see in 2 years how that pays off. Another gripe with this season is that I wish there was more to the infected. I wish there was more to the smart infected that got introduced in the first episode. With this season, it did lack the infected. I know one of the critiques for Season 1 on how it lacked infected, but with this one, it lacked the infected a lot more. That was an interesting choice. I guess it was just to focus more on the characters. But yeah, it still could have used more of the infected stuff. This is a zombie apocalypse. Where are the zombies? But regardless of all that, I do think that this was still a pretty good season. I did like what they did with the characters for the most part. I liked how we got to explore more of the characters, and it has great character moments. And when things go down in this season, things go down. It has great action parts and several memorable moments. And even though it's going to be 2 years, I am definitely interested in seeing how they continue this. I hope that with Season 3 I have more hype for it, but we'll just have to wait and see. Overall, Season 2 of The Last of Us, I do believe it was a hit and miss, but yet it was still a pretty good season for the most part. I don't know how well it is compared to the games, but with this season, I thought it was good for the most part. But what are your thoughts on Season 2 of The Last of Us? Let me know in the comments below and follow me for more.